The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The country is seeing an immediate increase in new COVID 19 cases, prompting the government to put Metro Manila under alert level 3. To give us more details, we have on the line this morning Octa research member, Professor Guido David. Professor Guido, good morning.
Hi, good morning, Lisa.
Professor, Happy New Year, first and foremost. But these numbers are not looking good. We'd like to know, first things first, what do you think about the driving force of these uptick in cases? Are we still looking at Delta perhaps, or are these Omicron cases already, or is this just because of the increased mobility during the holidays?
Yes, hello, yes, and good morning and Happy New Year, Riza. I think it's a combination of factors, but I think it's primarily driven by the Omicron variant. Why do I believe that? It's because of the high reproduction number that we're observing in Metro Manila. The reproduction number is 4.05 or 4. It's never been this high compared to previous waves of infections. During the Delta surge, the reproduction number increased only to about 2. In fact, it was less than 2, and that was the same case in previous surges. So we think that the holiday season also exacerbated the surge in that because of the social gatherings and you know reduced adherence to minimum public health standards. I think it actually increased transmissions even further. So we're hoping that that will change after the new year. Now that we're on alert level 3.
Mm-hmm. Sir, do you think we'll see another surge like what we had the last year? And can you share with us your predictions, may it be long term or short term?
Yeah, well, right now we've already touched on 2,500 cases in Metro Manila on a single day. Our peak was around, I think, 8,000 or 8 to 9,000 cases in NCR. But that also included some backlog, so it may have been really around 6,000 plus, close to 7,000 cases in one day. I think we can easily surpass that in this surge. We might surpass that in the next 1 to 2 weeks because of the rapid growth rate of cases that we're witnessing. Again, of course, that may change because of alert level 3, but it's still possible for us to surpass those numbers. Yeah, so I think but the upside is that I think even with high number of cases, hopefully hospitals will not be overwhelmed. So that may be the big difference between this and the past surges because of vaccinations. This will reduce the number of severe and critical cases, and that will help reduce hospital admissions.
Mm-hmm. So, Guido, can you share with us, are there other areas other than NCR and Metro Manila that are showing an uptick in new cases also?
Yeah, we're tracking the other major provinces. And for example, in Benguet, they're still at very low risk. In Cebu and Davao, it's the same thing. So it's not yet everywhere in the country. Right now, we're seeing it mainly in the NCR, but we're also seeing an increase in Cavite, in Rizal, and slightly in Laguna and Bulacan. So it's concentrated near the center of the capital center of the country.
Mm-hmm. So, in your opinion, do you think the health system, our health system, is well prepared for that matter to handle another surge or increase in cases?
Well, I think they're prepared. We have, the good part is that because of the low number of cases over the past 2 months, the number of hospital beds occupied has decreased to really low levels. And so we have some headroom available to take on an increase in cases. Now, the concern and what we're also seeing in other countries is that healthcare workers may be getting down with COVID as well, because of the more transmissible Omicron variant. And that would be a concern because, of course, that would reduce the number of healthcare workers working in hospitals. Just looking at the number of hospital beds may not be the lone factor here.
hmm Professor, tomorrow Manila or NCR will be under Metro Manila will be under alert level 3. Do you think we need to tighten more restrictions, such as perhaps border controls for international travelers?
Well, we could have strict implementation of border controls because the way I see it, it was not strictly implemented, and that may have contributed to the rising number of cases and maybe the importation of the Omicron variant. Local border controls are very important right now because, as we mentioned, the surge is happening around the Metro Manila area, maybe parts of Calabarzon and Central Luzon. So it's concentrated here. So that means most other provinces are still not affected at this time. And having strict local border controls will help prevent the other provinces from getting the Omicron variant.
Final question, Professor. There are a handful of licensure examinations that should happen very soon. Do you think it's a good idea to push through with those, or it's better to postpone it given the situation?
Well, in light of what's happening right now, this if this is really, if this is mostly Omicron, it's highly transmissible. Having licensure exams with, even just one person infected and, being present in, exams, that would really cause a lot of transmissions. Even when they're wearing face masks, there will still be some likelihood of the air leaks or something through face masks. So I think, it's more prudent to just wait until the wave is over. We're optimistic that, like what happened in South Africa, this may be fast, it may be increasing fast, but it may be over more quickly. This is a bit optimistic, but we're hoping it will happen that by the end of January, the surge will be over.
Well, thank you, sir, as always, for sharing with us your time and your insights. That's Professor Guido David of the Octa Research Group. Now, in other news, the number of firework-related injuries dropped by 11% this year. According to the Health Department, between December 21 and January 1, only 85 were reported injured during the New Year celebration. Of this, 38% were due to the use of illegal firecrackers such as boga and piccolo. But authorities say the tally may still change as they continue to monitor firework-related incidents for the rest of the week.
At batay sa datos mula sa firework-related injury surveillance mula Disyembre 21 hanggang ika-isa o January 1 ng ngayong buwan, mas mababa ng 11% or 85 ang bilang ng kaso ng mga naiulat na nasugatan dahil sa paputok ngayong taon kumpara noong 2020 na nasa 96 na bilang ng kaso.
Former Anda Pangasinan Mayor Aldrin Cerdan was shot dead in his farm yesterday. The 50-year-old former mayor died while being treated at the Rural Health Unit. According to authorities, the gunman was William Kagampan, Cerdan's former driver and bodyguard. He was arrested in a pursuit operation where the gun he used to kill Cerdan was recovered. Police add that initial investigation showed Kagampan was drunk and was asking Cerdan to lend him money when the incident occurred. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. Thrill seekers visited Enchanted Kingdom to celebrate the new year. The theme park assures visitors that health protocols are strictly implemented amid the threat of new variants. Marian Enriquez with a story.
Thousands of people chose to spend the new year at Enchanted Kingdom in Santa Rosa, Laguna, despite the threat of the Omicron variant. Most of them were lining up for one of the newest attractions here, the Twin Spin. It's a spinning coaster, which is a hybrid ride of Disco Magic and Space Shuttle that will really leave your soul up in the air.
Mahihimatay na po ako sa taas. Ano po, siguro 11 out of 10. Goods po siya. One of the best.
One of the best na ride.
One of the best rides po here in EK.
They also have the E-Kaleidoscope, an interactive trampoline attraction which uses motion light sensory technology. It is also a good cardio workout if you want to shred some of that holiday weight. EK also houses the largest flying theater in the country, where they showcase different Philippine tourist destinations. The theme park's management assures guests that health protocols such as physical distancing as well as sanitation are always being implemented. Hand washing stations are also in place around the park. Some guests say that they are still being extra careful and avoiding the long queue of people due to the threat of the new variants.
Meron naman kaming safety precautions like kaka-alcohol, hindi kami nagbababa ng mask.
The Enchanted Kingdom is hopeful that they will be allowed to open 3 days a week after the holidays, as they only operated around 3 months in 2021. So far, the average number of guests visiting EK is at around 6,000 per day, still within the allowed maximum capacity set by the IATF. They assured the public that it's safe to visit the theme park.
With the announcement of level 3 in NCR, syempre our guest comes from NCR so they're actually conscious of how we maintain safety protocols, diba? Still we maintain regardless of if it's level 3, level 2, diba? Even level 1. Talagang we're always prepared even if anong level.
For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Now, for those who are set to visit Enchanted Kingdom this week, expect sunny skies as Pagasa says the first week of 2022 will be typhoon-free. Pagasa said that there is no weather disturbance expected to form within the Philippine area of responsibility in the next 3 days. Fair weather is expected over Metro Manila and the rest of Luzon, but the northeast monsoon may bring isolated light rains. Temperatures in Metro Manila will range between 23 to 30 degrees Celsius. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later again at 10:15 in the morning as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.